Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Glenn Kellaway coming to you from the basement on a very cold Saturday morning. I don't know if where you are it's as cold. We broke a record in Celsius. It's minus 31 degrees in Trenton, Ontario. The coldest it's ever been recorded before is minus 27 Celsius in 1946. So long before my time, and I'm old. So it's cold. Anyway, this is a Vinyl Finds episode. I picked up some interesting records, I think, and a couple of them I got from a thrift store. Never find anything at a thrift store. So let's go through those first before I get to the cool stuff. Any Bebop Deluxe fans out there? They have a guitarist by the name of Bill Nelson, if you're not familiar with, who's just a phenomenal musician, great guitar player. And Bill puts out a ton of stuff. He did for years anyway. I don't know if he's still active putting stuff out. I don't follow his career that closely. But tremendous talent. He's put out like, I'm going to say 30 albums of original content, ranging from just really good guitar playing to ambient stuff and sounds and like just weird stuff too. And anyway, I'm in the thrift store day before yesterday, and somebody's looking at all the CDs. I usually just go look at the CDs. I don't even bother looking at the albums anymore. How many Whipped Cream Herb Alpert albums can a man own? Anyway, the first two albums I see, Bill Nelson. And I went, wow. So this one's called The Love That Whirls, The Diary of a Thinking Heart. I have no frickin' idea. I haven't heard them yet. But they're in mint condition. Obviously the guy who bought these didn't like it, because they've never been played, it looks like. On Passport Records. And yeah, so that's one. Next, the other one is called Flaming Desire and Other Passions, Bill Nelson. Still in the plastic sleeve, again on Passport Records. And again, like they look like they've never seen the light of day. So we'll see. They might suck. If they do, $2 a piece. I can trade them in somewhere. And I'm a big Steve Winwood fan, and I love the stuff he put out. He got pretty popular with Ark of a Diver and Back in the High Life. I always liked those albums. And I found this. It needs a bit of a cleaning, but it doesn't look like it's got any like scratching on it or damage in that way. But I did get Steve Winwood's Back in the High Life again. I always liked this record. So, big fan of this man's music. So that's my 3 vinyl albums that I got from a thrift store. It's like $6 for 3 records. How can you go wrong? And I picked up this UCD, Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Kenny Wayne is, heavy blues rock guitar player. I mean, talented guy. I don't know if I needed any more like blues rock guys in my life, but the one thing that attracted me to this was that James Cotton makes a guest appearance on harmonica. Tommy Shannon and Reese Winans, who played with Stevie Ray, are on this. And yeah, very interested in hearing this. I've really not paid much attention to Kenny Wayne Shepherd in my life, so we'll see. I think I'm just expecting a heavy blues rock album. Next, the cool stuff. This is the stuff I'm all excited about. So, Dawes, the band Dawes. I had one of their albums going back. It might have been their first album, second album. Very Jackson Brownish. One of the singers actually just sounds like Jackson Brown, and they're heavy on the lyrics and kind of easy listening, that Southern California sound. Anyway, I discovered that they put an album last year, and it is this one, Misadventures of Doom's Scroller. And I gave it a bit of a listen on Spotify just to check it out. I'm going to sneeze. I know I'm going to. Excuse me. I'm back. Anyway, Dawes. So I gave this just a bit of a preview on thing and read up about it on Spotify. And this only has 6 songs on it. So they're stuck to their Jackson Browne sound, but they've expanded instrumentally and extended the songs with some really nice guitar breaks and whatever. And really, really was impressed. And I was going to buy the vinyl, and then I happened to be in my local mall store on Thursday and saw this for like $15 and thought, rather than spend $40 on vinyl, I can spend $15 on this CD. And I'm really digging this. This is really good. Give it a listen. It's I strongly suggest. It would have been in my top 10 of the year last year if I was aware of it. Dawes, Misadventures of Doom's Scroller or something. So check it out. I am a big fan of this jazz artist by the name of Patricia Barber. Patricia lives in Chicago, plays at this club every Monday night in Chicago called the Green Mill, if you happen to ever be in that area. She has a sultry, kind of a deep voice, unique vocal styling, but she plays a lot of interesting songs in a jazz format. Like she's got an album called Companion that is live with, she does The Beat Goes On, the Sonny and Cher song. She does Use Me, the Bill Withers song. She does that. She does a version of Black Magic Woman. Her greatest album and what is considered one of the great sounding records of all time is called Cafe Blue. I absolutely love this frickin' album. And I have the MoFi SACD, which is well respected and sought after. I think that thing goes for like $300 now. And on that album, she does Taste of Honey, and she does a cover of Ode to Billy Joe, you know, the old Bobby Gentry song. But just this extreme talent. I love her. Her latest album is called Clique. And I got this in a warehouse sale, because this sells for like $80 up here. I couldn't, but I got it on a warehouse sale for $40-some on Amazon. And it absolutely was in mint condition, brand new. I'm loving this album. It's so good. It's very sparse arrangements. She doesn't, it's not overloaded jazz. It's like bass, piano, drums, and guitar is basically what you get with Patricia Barber. And she lets her fellow musicians shine. The bass playing's absolutely incredible. She's known for making the best sounding records you will ever hear in your life. And that's not wrong. They sound great. This album, what almost turned me off getting this album was, you know, if you know anything about my musical life when I was a little kid, is my mom shoving Broadway soundtracks down my throat when I was 5 or 6 years old. So I kind of have a bit of a trouble with that stuff. But rather than learning to appreciate it, I learned to rebel against it. She does the song I Could Have Danced All Night from the My Fair Lady. But she does it in a really cool way. And it's actually pretty good. But anyway, highly recommend Patricia Barber for any audiophiles out there who aren't into her. And Clique is the name of this album. Cafe Blue is the masterpiece. Next, I just got this yesterday. I haven't heard it yet. Bob Weir's 50th anniversary of his great album, Ace. Now, if you've never heard this album, I don't even care if you don't like the Grateful Dead. This is just a great frickin' album. This was recorded in 1972. Has all the members of the Dead on it. They're all songs that Bob Weir. They would eventually, most of these songs become staples in the Grateful Dead's live shows. Greatest Story Ever Told, Black Throated Wind, Playing in the Band, Looks Like Rain, Mexicali Blues, One More Saturday Night, and Cassidy are all songs that if you're listen to Live Dead, you've heard these songs a million frickin' times. But this album was recorded pretty much at the same, I think 72 was it. It follows Working Man's Dead and American Beauty in the canon if it was part of the Grateful Dead catalog. But brilliant record, fantastic. This one's on orange vinyl. Should I open it? Why not? Let's check it out. Warner Records. It says orange. It looks red to me. My wife says I'm colorblind. I'm not sure. But interested in giving this a spin. I hear the remix is dramatically different than the original mix. So it'll be interesting. I've heard that the background vocals from Donna Godchow have been put back in the mix. Bob's vocals are more up front. I've heard people complain about the sound of any of the brass instruments on here, that they now sound like kazoos. So I don't know. So there's been some negative comments. I still have the original, so I can enjoy that too. And I'm really interested in the remix and hear what it sounds like. But fantastic album. Bob Weir and Ace. That's it, man. I'm going to listen to music today. It's freezing cold. I have to work tonight. I got to go out to the hockey arena and work for the Belleville Senators tonight. So I'm not really looking forward to that, but we will press on. Everyone have a great day and a great weekend. Love you all. Take care.